My name is Theodros Sintayo. I'm the Managing Director of Orbit Ethiopia PLC. We've been in business for more than 20 years. I learned about gemstones from this gentleman, and then I happened to stay in Hong Kong for about a week after arriving in Hong Kong. So I had a chance to visit a number of jewelry shops. Gemstone potential is big, but the industry is yet in its young age. It's an infant stage actually. The geology setup of Ethiopia favors for all kind of mineral formations. So then we have quite a lot of gemstones all over the country. One of the parameters for gemstones to be a gemstone, they're being rare. So rarity makes them, of course, wanted, and then beauty, durability, they're very attractive. So we have only limited resources around the world. So it's not a renewable resource. So people like them. They're precious, they're beautiful. That's the reason. Every stone has a range of quality. If you talk about diamond, or if you talk about opal or emerald, it's not only one grade. It has several grades. So you need to understand what is an A grade, what is an A++ or an A triple plus grade, what is a B grade. So you need to understand that first. In Ethiopia, we are the pioneer, especially when it comes to cutting and polishing gemstones. Our company is the first company. We've been in business for more than 20 years. It's been, a long and difficult journey, especially the first, years were very difficult because as a nation, we don't know much about, the resources, the value of, about the industry. And we didn't have, the proper policy and strategy for it. Then it took some time, and then when government realizes, so we started, getting proper management and attention to the sector. We do have a standard, a set standard that is actually international standard. We sell our products to renowned jewelers in New York and all over the United States, including Europe. So my message is we have quite a lot of resources all over the country, untouched resources. So I encourage people to join this journey because there's so much opportunity to make money, to go into big business. That's what I want to say. Ago, before the discovery of the famous Ethiopian opal, there was almost nothing in the map. Ethiopia was not in the map of the world gemstone industry. So it comes from all over the country. Amethyst, of course, the Tigray produces one of the best quality sapphire, spinel, and it goes down to Amhara also. Amhara also has sapphire and opal, black opal, and jasper, all kind of other stones. You come to the east and there is this famous sandstone. And then of course you go further south, the famous Kanticha or Shakiso area produces quite a lot of gemstones, including gold. I will start talking about amber. Amber comes from many countries around the world, including the known Baltic amber. But Ethiopia found amber over, I think, a decade ago, but it was yellow and brown mainly then. But I think 6-7 years ago, I'm not maybe correct about the dates, we found green amber. Green amber is only found in Ethiopia. There is no naturally green amber anywhere else. And the age of this green amber is estimated to be 93 to 95 million years. This is the green amber I was talking about. If you see green amber anywhere else, it's a treated green amber. By heat treatment, they can change the yellow or brown amber into green. Otherwise, If it is a green amber, for sure it's Ethiopian. And one of the interesting features of the Ethiopian amber, unlike any other sources, it has all kind of insects. The frequency of finding insects in Ethiopian amber is quite big. And you'll find all kind of insects and plant matters in other, organic things. Ethiopia discovered emerald, I think 8 years ago, and it has a big potential. And one of, it's competent with Brazilian and Zambian emeralds, and sometimes a few portion of it is competent with Colombian emerald. This is chrysoprase. This was also discovered, I think, almost 13, 14 years ago in Oromia region, state in Borena zone. Actually, this mine produces chrysoprase and opal from one mine. So I'll show you the opal later. It looks, pretty much the same, but they're different. Now we go to Gammo zone. This area has now one of the potential area for gemstones. There is a rich mineralization in the highlands of, Gammo and in the adjacent zones as well, like the Gofa zone. So this is a purple chalcedony. It's a rare type of chalcedony. In the Oregon state used to produce this kind of material long time ago. Now it comes only, once in a while, very few quantity, but this mine has a huge potential. But this is one of the rarest chalcedony you can find in the market. Now, sapphire. I'm going to talk about sapphire. Before the discovery of the Tigray sapphire, they call it particular sapphire or multicolor sapphire. This used to come from different countries, including Madagascar, and I think Australia has it, and some other countries too. But we used to mine this for a while, for more than 10 years at least, in Borena zone. And then adjacent to Borena zone, there is this area called Burji. It's also available there. Tourmaline. Tourmaline comes from Shakiso area, but we also have indications actually in Redoa area. Beautiful tourmaline, different from this one. We expect it, what the indication shows that it looks like the Paraiba tourmaline. Some are really blue, some are neon blue, and some are just like sapphire. And it's a mix of color, but the mine is not yet active. No one has got a license on it. There is another type of sandstone which has like a champagne kind of color. That's common around the world. Even in Ethiopia, we have it in different places. But this one has a copper particle in it, and the copper gives it a different character. So this material used to come from the state of Oregon. That was the only place on earth this material was mined. But we discovered, actually, my company discovered it a while back in Afar. So it's a volcanic origin rock. It's a huge deposit. It extends for hundreds of kilometers. Actually, the world didn't believe that this was natural when we introduced it to the world market, because there was this scam happened years back, I think, somewhere in Asia. So they thought this is the same thing. But in the study of this material, so many universities from Europe and China and Dublin, a lab from Switzerland involved and did the study. So you can find all kinds of articles on the industry journals about this material. So this is one of the small article. If you know this journal, it's called Gem from England. So we are called authors. We do that with, from time to time when we do research in collaboration with people and institutions I mentioned. So we are always co-authors. So this is sandstone labradorite bitonite from Ethiopia. So this is a second discovery in the world. Now I'm going to tell you about opals. At least we have 6, 7 different types of opals in Ethiopia. The first one was discovered during the socialist regime, during Mengistu's time. It comes from North Showa. That's unique to Ethiopia. You don't find that type anywhere else. And then followed by the Wollo opal. Wollo opal was discovered back in 2008, end of 2008. Then, of course, we have fire opal. We have crystal opal, black opal, blue-green opal from Borana. I mentioned a little bit about this one earlier. Pink opal from Gondar. One mine produces all kind of opal. It could be orange, it could be yellow, it could be brown, could be, milkish, could be crystal clear. It comes from one mine. That has remained being a puzzle. What makes, one mine, all these opals, different. Just for your information, Ethiopian Wollo opal comes in all kind of sizes. The first piece that you saw was maybe like 10 kg, one piece. One other unique feature for Ethiopian opal is, like, as you can see this on this one and this one, there is this pattern called honeycomb pattern, or some call it lizard skin. Yes, this is what I was going to talk about. The size of the Ethiopian opal gives you the opportunity to cut it into any shape, any size you want. So unlike before, when my company started cutting and polishing opals, we started making, those balls, the spheres, and then we started making graduated opal necklaces, very expensive necklaces actually. We supply auction houses, big jewelers in different parts of the world. So when we started as a company, we started in small-scale exploration, gemstone exploration and mining. Actually, our first project was on that famous Ethiopian brown opal or chocolate opal in North Showa. Unfortunately, that material is not stable for jewelry, but these days we're seeing that there is a small chance or a small percentage that may be stable that can be used in jewelry.
I'm the Australian ambassador to Ethiopia. My name is Julia Niblett, and I've been in Addis for 2 years. What I love about the Addis Culture Club series is it's the opportunity to spend a Saturday learning something wonderful about Ethiopian culture. I really find the diversity of subjects is fantastic. So I've learned about Ethiopian cooking, I've studied more about Ethiopian architecture, and today I'm here to learn more about gemstones. I don't collect gemstones, but I'm learning more about them. And what I'm finding amazing is to learn about the links between Australia and Ethiopia. So we produce opals. They're one of our most famous gemstones. And to come here today and learn about Ethiopian opals, there are 7 different varieties, and it makes me want to learn more about them and more about the expertise that's found here, not only in mining, but in cutting and polishing.
Everything is still at small scale mining, so but apparently this is a big future for Ethiopia. How are you organized because it looks as if you are finding everything and doing everything. How are you organized? How can this actually help develop Ethiopia and help the communities? What is your future on this?
Well, it's a good question. This gemstone mining and actually the gemstone industry is kind of new to Ethiopia. If you talk about the Wollo opal, you think, of course, it's artisanal miners who are mining, but the amount of material being mined out of that area is enormous. You would not believe. So just to give you a figure, back in 2015 or 16, we produced, that's an official number from the Ministry of Mines, we exported 16,000 kilograms of rough opal. This past fiscal year, Ethiopian, 2015, we exported 41,000 kilograms of opal.
My name is Bethlehem Orko. I'm working at Dashen Bank. Dashen is always promoting culture. We are a member of the culture show, and we also promote artists in different scenarios.
Thanks for your presentation. How long does it take to get somebody skilled enough to do the cutting and the polishing?
That's a very good question. It doesn't take long, All our cutters are in-house trained. We train them. So, there's the interesting part of this lapidary is It does not use expensive machineries. The machines are inexpensive. The basic requirements are skilled labor and the raw material. The machineries, some of them can be manufactured locally. We do that as well. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.